Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Coding Together. My name is Vikas Oja. Today we will see another Leetcode problem, that is spiral matrix. It's a medium level question and it's a very popular question, as you can see from the likes. So let's read the problem statement. That given an M cross N matrix, we have to return all the elements of the matrix in spiral order. So we'll start from the first cell, moving towards right, then down, then left, then up, and again repeating right, left, right, down, left, up, right, in a spiral fashion. So for this example, 1 2 3 6 9 8 7 4 5 is the order of the spiral traversal. So let's see how we can solve this problem. So I have taken a matrix 3 cross 4 to better understand the algorithm or the idea behind solving this problem, and I have taken 4 variables that will act as a boundary for this spiral traversal. So so we will start from traversing from left to right, means column wise, right? So we'll start from left to right, then we will traverse from up to bottom, and then we will traverse from right to left, and then we will traverse from bottom to up, right? So these variables act as a pointers or the boundary conditions, right? So first, when we will move from left to right, so it means we will be moving column wise. So it means we have to move from col start to column end, right? And then we are moving from up to bottom, right? From up to bottom, then we are moving from row start to row end, right? And then we are moving from right to left, means from column end to column start, and then we are moving from bottom to up, then means from row end till row start, right? And so these variables will help us in moving in the spiral direction by adjusting these variables, right? So let's see how we will change the values of these variables just to help in the traversal. So as we have to move from left to right, so we will be moving from column start to column end. So the current value of column start is 0 and column end is 3. So we'll move from 0 1 2 3, we'll add into the list. So we'll maintain a list, we'll add 1 2 3 4, right? Because we'll start with this cell, right, that is pointing to column start, that is 0. Then we'll go till column end, means this cell, and we'll keep on adding all the elements. Now we are done with left to right traversal, means from column start to column end. Then now we have to move from row start to row end. But if you see that when we are moving from up to bottom, row start to row end, the 0th row is automatically covered, right? Because when we moved from left to right column wise, we traversed the first row. So now we have to start our up to bottom traversal, right, by first incrementing the row start. So we will first increment our row start to by 1, right, because the 0th row is automatically covered. So we'll start from the first row and then we'll traverse bottom. So we'll start from row start, that is 1, means this cell. So we'll add 8 into the list, then we'll go to the next cell, that is 12. So as we have reached the last row, that is row end, then we have to stop. Then we have to move from right to left, i.e. column end to column start, right? So now as we have to move from column end to column start, as column end is pointing to 3, and as we know that when we moved from up to bottom, so the last column is automatically covered, so we have to decrement the column end to by 1 to 2, right? So we will not start from this column, we'll start from this column, this value. So we will add 11 into the list, then 10 into the list, and then 9 into the list, right? So we have reached our call start, that is 0, right? Now we have to go from below bottom to up, right? Now from row end to row start, so row end is pointing to 2, right? Row end is pointing to 2, but as while traversing from column end to column start, right, or right to left, we automatically covered the last row. So we will first decrement our row end to by 1. So we will start from this row, the first row, right? And we will go till row start, that is 1, right? So it means we have to only traverse this row, starting from row end that is pointing to 1 and stopping till row start that is pointing to 1. So the only value is 5. Now we'll add 5 into the list. Now we are done with the bottom to up. Now again we have to start from call start to call end, that is from left to right. Now if we have to go from left to right, then again we will increment our call start, right? Because when we traversed from bottom to up, we are automatically traversing the starting column. So first we will increment our column start to 1. So we'll start from this cell, so 6 we'll add into the list. Now we will go to the another cell, that is 7. So we'll add 7 into the list. So as we have reached the column end, that is 2, so we'll stop, right? So we started from this traversal, then we moved row wise, then again column wise, then we moved here, we reached 7. Now we will keep on iterating or traversing in the spiral fashion till the condition holds true. And what is the condition? The column start should be less than equal to column end, and row start should be less than equal to row end. So now here is an important point. So now we have reached the last point that of the cell, right? But the condition, that is column start less than equal to column end and row start less than equal to row end, is still true. So let's try to iterate in a spiral fashion from 7. So as we have reached 7 from traversing from column start to column end, then we will move from up to bottom, like from 7 to 11, because 7 we have already traversed, so we'll start from 11. So we'll increment our row start, right, our row start to 2, because this row is already covered. We'll start from the next row, but as we see that row start now became greater than equal to row end, so we cannot proceed further, right? We will still be at 7. Now the next condition is right to left. So at 7 we have our column end greater than equal to column start, right? That is still valid. So if we again traverse from 7 to 6, right, then we will add an extra 6 into the list, right, because this condition is still valid. So to stop this behavior, what we will do, whenever we will be moving from column end to column start, we will also check row start and row end condition. In this case, as column end 2 and column start 1 is still valid, so first we will check whether row start is smaller than equal to row end or not. So here the condition is not true, so we will not perform this operation as well from right to left, right? Similarly, when we are moving from row end to row start, right? We will also check the condition that columns start should be less than equal to column end. Let's see the code part for it. You will get this last point by seeing the code more clearly. So I have coded this in Java language. So I have created a class solution and a method that is parallel order. It takes input matrix and it returns the list of integer. So I've initialized the list of integer and I've maintained the 4 variables, right? Row start, row end, column start, column end, and we are performing the while loop, right? So this while loop is the traversal. So traversal from each cell to the next cell, right? So till row start is less than equal to row end and column start is less than equal to column end. So first, this for loop is for the left to right movement from this column start to column end, right? So we'll start from I equal to column start, we'll go till I less than equal to column end, right? And we'll add into the list. Now we will increment our row start, right? Just we did whenever we reached this last cell, then we have to go from up to bottom, then we incremented the row start because the first row was covered. So we'll do row start plus plus, and then we will have this for loop from row start to row end. Now we have to go from right to left, so we will start from column end and we'll go till column start. Now here also, before starting the from column end to column start, we'll decrement the column end first, right? Because the last column is already done. As discussed, whenever we will move from column end to column start, we will check that row start is less than equal to row end, because in the for loop above, just above it, we are doing a row start plus plus. So it might be the case that whenever we are traversing from column end to column start, the row start might become greater than row end, right? Similarly, when we are done with right movement from right to left, then we have to move from below to up, from row end to row start. Before movement from row end to row start, we'll do row end minus minus, right? We'll do row end minus 1 because the last row is already done while moving, traversing from right to left, or from column end to column start, column wise. And when we are traversing from row end till row start, we'll check whether column start is less than equal to column end, because we are decrementing the column end in the above for loop. So finally, and after that, we'll increment the column start, right? So to move from left to right again. And once this row start is less than equal to row end and column start is less than equal to column end, condition becomes false, we'll return the list. So let's run the solution. So yes, test cases are passing, so it means the solution is working fine. Talk about the time and space complexity. So as we are running a while loop, iterating each element of the matrix, so the time complexity will be big O of n, where n is the elements of matrix, and the space complexity will be big O of n, as we have defined one list. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.